Good evening, everybody. I'm Ruchi Mishra and I welcome you all in today's session. So, this class is for KVS PGT English. KVS PGT English. And what we are doing today, we are discussing multiple choice questions, MCQs from class 11th NCERT Hornbill. So, these are the chapters from class 11 NCERT, and this is your textbook Hornbill. In next class, we will discuss multiple choice questions from supplementary reader, right? So I welcome you all. I hope video and audio everything is fine, right? So how many chapters are there and which chapters you should focus for your upcoming exam? So these are your chapters list. First one, The Portrait of a Lady by Khushwant Singh, and it includes a poem, A Photograph by Shirley Dawson. So both the chapters, The Portrait of a Lady and A Photograph, are part of your syllabus. Then next one, We Are Not Afraid to Die If We Can All Be Together by Gordon Cook and Alan East, chapter number 2, and no poem here. So this is part of your syllabus. Third one, Discovering Tut, the saga continues by A.R. Williams. And this includes the poem The Laburnum Top by Ted. Both this chapter and the poem, they are part of your syllabus. Now the next one, which is Landscape of the Soul and the Voice of the Rain. Please focus on The Voice of the Rain by Walt Whitman. Okay. Next one, The Alien Planet. After that, chapter number 6, the Browning version, and please focus on the poem Childhood by Marcus. Very important poem considering our exam. Then we have The Adventure by Jayant Narlikar and Silk Road and Father to Son. The Adventure, Silk Road, Father to Son. These are all part of your syllabus. Childhood, Adventure, Silk Road, Father to Son. Okay, so these were the chapters you need to prepare well from your class 11th NCERT Hornbill. And now what we will do, we will solve some questions from these chapters. So here we are having our question number 1. Where was the protagonist heading towards in the beginning of the Silk Road? Option Mount Kailash, B Himalayas, C Uttarakhand, and option number D Delhi. Try to solve this question. जी आंसर बताएंगे. Good evening Manisha. Good evening Divyashri. Where was the protagonist heading towards in the beginning of the Silk Road? Mount Kailash, Himalayas, Uttarakhand, Delhi. It's given there. बिल्कुल चैप्टर के शुरू में ही बहुत ही ज्यादा क्लियरली मेंशन्ड है. क्या लग रहा है? Yes, correct. Right answer here is Mount Kailash. Correct answer. Question number 2. The book Train to Pakistan is written by. So this is question from biography. जो आपके authors हैं, writers हैं, उनमें से कुछ एक important questions मैंने यहाँ पे include किए हुए हैं from their biography. That if you are preparing these chapters, you should have some idea or slight idea about their works or important events from their life. So this question is from the biography part. The book Train to Pakistan is written by Vikram Seth, Tarun Tejpal, Khushwant Singh, Neeraj C. Chaudhary. Okay, very good. जी सही आंसर आ रहा है सभी का. ऑप्शन नंबर सी खुशवंत सिंह. वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट वर्क ट्रेन टू पाकिस्तान. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन नंबर 3. Lines, we speak like strangers, there is no sign of understanding in the air, is taken from. So these are your 4 options: mother to daughter, father to son, teacher to student, or brother to sister. It's one of our important poem, and these lines are from this particular poem. Lines are: We speak like strangers, there is no sign of understanding in the air. So some person is, or the speaker of the poem is sharing his opinion about what kind of uh, feeling or relationship they are having. Which one? For question number 3. Yes, right answer option number B. Father to son. Father to son is correct answer. In the adventure, the Jija Mata Express sped along which route? So it's there mentioned, very clearly mentioned in your chapter that this train route was Delhi to Bombay route, Delhi Calcutta route, Pune Bombay route, or Bombay Calcutta route. So chapter name is given clearly. We are discussing question from the adventure and your express sped along which route? Delhi Bombay, Delhi Calcutta, Pune Bombay or Bombay Calcutta. For question number 4. Everybody जी आंसर बताएंगे. Correct option number C. Pune Bombay route is your correct answer. Who was famous for his subject crow, an amalgam of god, bird, and man, and was appointed poet laureate of England in 1984. So he was poet laureate from 1984 till his death. This is the procedure they follow for poet laureate. So whoever will be selected will be holding this position till their death, right? For example, William Wordsworth, very popular. So he was there till his death. Now, who was famous for his subject crow, an amalgam of God, bird, and man, and was appointed Poet Laureate of England in 1984? So Shirley Tilson, A.R. Williams, Ted, Walt Whitman. We are discussing both these important points from which biography? Whose biography? Question number 5. C. Correct. Ted. Correct. Now, question number 6 focuses on who said, I am the poem of earth. So, this was by voice of the rain, voice of the day, voice of the sky, or voice of the earth. Very popular poem. Very popular poem. So, question is who said, I am the poem of earth? Please remember this line from this poem. बहुत ही ज़्यादा important है questions के perspective से. Question number 6. I am the poem of earth, voice of the rain, voice of the day, voice of the sky, or voice of the earth. It's rain. Voice of the rain. Correct answer. Question number 7. In the portrait of a lady, so this is your chapter, the portrait of a lady, and your character, grandfather. So, grandfather's portrait was hung. What is the location where that portrait was hung? So after this information, there is detail describing what all grandfather is wearing and how he looks like. So in the chapter, the portrait of a lady, grandfather's portrait was hung above the mantelpiece in the drawing room, above the table in the bedroom, above kitchen sink in the corner, on the outer wall of tree house. Which one is right answer? Question number 7. Yes, correct. Very good. Very good. Above the mental piece in the drawing room. Very good, everybody. In which poem you will find that hell and heaven could not be found in geography? So, a poet is realizing this thing that it's not there in the geography, it's not part of globe, it's not part of atlas. And these are the lines especially mentioned in the poem. Hell and heaven could not be found in geography. So, in which poem you will find this line? Father to son, childhood, the voice of the rain, a photograph. All the poems they are part of your syllabus और आपको अच्छे से याद होना चाहिए अच्छे से 8 के लिए बी बता रहे हैं चाइल्डहुड ओके करेक्ट चाइल्डहुड फर्स्ट स्टांजा में ये मेंशन्ड है. Now select the incorrect description of the grandmother given in the portrait of a lady. So first chapter, portrait of a lady, and now we are discussing grandmother, and you have to select incorrect description गलत वाला चुनना है आपको. Incorrect description. She had always been short and fat and slightly bent. Her face was a crisscross of wrinkles. She hobbled about the house in spotless black. Her lips constantly moved in inaudible prayer. देखते हैं कितनों को आता है ये वाला क्वेश्चन. ठीक है, जनरली करेक्ट वन आप बहुत आराम से बता ले जाते हो कि अच्छा हाँ ये सही आंसर है, चलो आ गया. इस क्वेश्चन के अंदर क्या बताना है? यू हैव टू ऑब्जर्व ऑल दी फोर ऑप्शंस एंड यू हैव टू सेलेक्ट द इनकरेक्ट वन, गलत वाला. क्वेश्चन नंबर 9 के लिए सी कह रहे हैं, 9 के लिए. एंड व्हाट इज रॉन्ग हियर इन सी? शी हॉबल्ड अबाउट द हाउस इन स्पॉटलेस ब्लैक. व्हाट इज रॉन्ग हियर? ऐसा लिखा तो है चैप्टर में, गलत क्या है जी? कमेंट करके बताइए. व्हाट इज रॉन्ग हियर? करेक्ट, दिस इज नॉट द राइट कलर. सो शी हबल्ड अबाउट द हाउस इन, यू विल कमेंट योर आंसर्स. देखते हैं कितने लोग को याद है. ठीक है, सो राइट आंसर इज ऑप्शन नंबर 6. दिस इज इनकरेक्ट, दिस इज इनकरेक्ट. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन 10. In mural in King Tut's tomb, King Tut is shown with. Who else is there in this mural? His queen Lavinia, Ray Johnson, director of the University of Chicago, Akhenaten, the mysterious ruler, Osiris, the god of the afterlife. So some other picture is also there along with our King Tut. So in mural in King Tut's tomb, King Tut is shown with Queen Lavinia, Ray Johnson, Akhenaten or Osiris. Answer for question number 10. G. Right answer here is option number D. Osiris, the god of the afterlife. ये कहाँ पे mention है? वो जो photo दी गई है उसके नीचे photo description में it's clearly mentioned. Option number D. Ted in his line, sleek as a lizard and alert and abrupt, has used which of the below literary devices? So metonymy, metaphor, symbolism, or simile. And your line is sleek as a lizard and alert and abrupt. This is your line. Identify the literary device: metonymy, metaphor, symbolism, and simile. So simile, we know we use as or like for the comparison. Symbolism is when there is some image or figure which represents something, right? Metaphor, again comparison, but indirect. We are not using as and like, and metonymy is another word. Synecdoche and metonymy. Please remember the difference. Synecdoche is part of the actual thing and metonymy is another word or replacement of the word. So question number 11. Simile is your right answer. Correct. Simile is, so here, sleek as a lizard. Correct. Question number 12. Who are described as shaggy monsters, blacker than the darkest night, usually wore bright red collars. So this is your hint, bright red collars, and barked furiously with massive jaws. Who are described as shaggy monsters, blacker than the darkest night, usually wore bright red collars and barked furiously with massive jaws. Shantung Drogba, Tibetan Mastiff, Chinese Kyang, or Brazilian Curitiba? Interesting question. Who is described like this? So you are having hints. Collar, bugged. Which one? A, B, C, or D? We are discussing question number 12. Yes, option B, Tibetan Mastiff. Correct. Lines we each put out on empty hand, longing for something to forgive is written by. So indirectly, Indirectly, we are asking who is the writer or the poet. So this line is given here, and name is not mentioned, chapter's name is not mentioned, but the line from the poem is given here. And question focuses on who has written these lines. We each put out an empty hand longing for something to forgive is written by Jayant Narlikar, Nick Middleton, Elizabeth Jennings, Walt Whitman. Question number 13. तो ऑप्शन भी बताइएगा और साथ ही साथ पोयम का नाम भी बताएंगे. दोनों चीजें हमें अच्छे से पता होनी चाहिए. फॉर क्वेश्चन नंबर 13, लेट्स कमेंट बोथ द थिंग्स. वन, योर राइट ऑप्शन और राइट आंसर प्लस द पोएम्स नेम. कौन से पोएम की बात हो रही है यहाँ पे? Where you will find this line. We each put out an empty hand longing for something to forgive. Is taken from which poem? 13 के लिए. Elizabeth Jennings. Option number C. Elizabeth Jennings. ठीक है, आगे बढ़ते हैं. Next one. Question number 14. Which of the following work is not written by Walt Whitman? Song of Myself, O Captain, My Captain, Ode to West Wind, I Hear America Singing. So one poem here is not written by Walt Whitman. Song of Myself, O Captain, My Captain, Ode to West Wind, and I Hear America Singing. And these all four are popular poems, very popular. If you are considering literature-based exams, ऐसा होगा कि हाँ, definitely one or two question you will get from these four options. Father to son? Yes, correct. Father to son. Now, Song of Myself, O Captain, My Captain, Ode to West Wind, and I Hear America Singing. कौन सा नहीं है वॉल्ट विटमैन का? This one. Option number C. And whose work is this? Ode to West Wind. You should know. Very important poem from your romantic period. किसने लिखा है? Guess कीजिए. याद है? कमेंट करके बताइए. So this is your right answer. Option number C. This is not by Walt Whitman. All the poems, Song of Myself, O Captain, My Captain, and I Hear America Singing are by Walt. Question number 15. A photograph by Shirley Tilson. In a photograph by Shirley Tilson, two girl cousins were mentioned and their names were, it's there given in the poem. It's part of the poem. So their names were Elizabeth and Shirley, Betty and Dolly, Sue and Martha, none of these. Elizabeth and Shirley, Betty and Dolly, Sue and Martha, none of these. क्या लग रहा है? Shelley? बहुत बढ़िया, correct. Ode to the West Wind, written by Percy Bysshe Shelley. Second generation romantic poet. ठीक, यहाँ पे क्या है? फोटोग्राफ में there are two girl cousins and their names. 15 के लिए option number B, Betty and Dolly. These are the names. Question 16. What is the name of the boat in We Are Not Afraid to Die? It's there mentioned once in the very beginning of the chapter. Name of the boat. Titanic, Wave Walker, Plymouth, American Larry. What is the name of the boat in We Are Not Afraid to Die? So this is your chapter and we are discussing boat's name. Titanic? Nahi. Wave Walker, Plymouth, American Larry. G. 16th. So 30 questions are there. We are at question number 16. B correct hai. Wave Walker. Wave Walker is your right answer. Who was awarded Padma Vibhushan in 2004 for his research work? Gordon Cook, Khushwant Singh, Nani Palkhiwala, Jayant Narlikar. So these are authors of their respective chapters. जो आपके class 11th NCERT Hornbill के अंदर chapters हैं, ये उनके authors हैं. Now one of these received Padma Vibhushan in 2004 for his research work. Question number 17. Gordon, Khushwant, Nani or Jayant? Padma Vibhushan in 2004. So if you are not knowing, याद रख सकते हैं. Right answer here is Jayant Narlikar. For question number 17, right answer is option number D. Now 18th. Select the incorrect description related with Sue's injuries. So there were some statements mentioned there in the chapter that Sue was having injuries in this part of the body and that part of the body. So you have to select here incorrect description related with Sue's injuries. Her knee had swollen alarmingly. She had two enormous black eyes. So read this as two enormous black eyes. She had a deep cut on her arm. None of these. Incorrect. चोट की बात है, चोट लगी थी उसको, but she was there presenting herself in very brave manner, and identify the incorrect one for question number 18. Her knee had swollen alarmingly. She had two enormous black eyes. She had a deep cut on her arm, or none of these. 18 के लिए incorrect A है. Incorrect is A. Now find out what is wrong here. Think and observe and please comment कीजिए कि भाई क्या गलत हो गया इसके अंदर, क्या गलत है यहाँ पे. In question number 18, right answer is option A. देखिए कितने लोग को याद आता है. 19. Marcus said it went to some forgotten place. It went to some forgotten place that's hidden in an infant's face. What is it here? In this line, it went to some forgotten place that's hidden in an infant's face. What is it here? Life, youth, childhood, or lover? It represents life, youth, childhood, or lover. जी, question number 19. 19 के लिए बताएंगे. It went to some forgotten place that's hidden in an infant's face. Obviously, आपको समझ में तो आ रहा है कि it's taken from one of the poems. And यहाँ पे option में दिया गया है life, youth, childhood, lover. Which one? 19 के लिए correct है childhood. Poem is taken from childhood. Next question, number 20. For whom the immediate result was an increase in the influence of Bhau Sahib and Vishwas Rao, who eventually succeeded his father in 1780 AD. So Peshwas, Marathas, Mughals, or Britishers. That's it. Right answer. Question number 20. For whom the immediate result was an increase in the influence of Bhau Sahib and Vishwas Rao, who eventually succeeded his father in 1780 AD. Peshwas, Marathas, Mughals और Britishers. 20 के लिए थोड़ा सा डीप में जाकर के है, बहुत ऐसे स्पेसिफिक पॉइंट नहीं है, बट जिसने अच्छे से स्टडी करी होगी और कई बार चैप्टर्स को रिवाइज करा होगा, आ जाएगा आपको आंसर. तो इट्स नॉट लाइक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट वाला है और जिसपे आपका ध्यान बिल्कुल गया होगा. 20 के लिए राइट आंसर इज ऑप्शन नंबर ए, पेशवास. 21. In the adventure, the train stopped beyond the long tunnel. So your chapter, the adventure, the train stopped beyond the long tunnel. It was a small station called. You have to identify this small station. Swadesh, Sarhad, Ganga Ghat, Calcutta. स्वदेश, सरहद, गंगा घाट और कैलकाटा. उस स्मॉल स्टेशन का नाम बताना है आपको. एंड प्लीज आप अपने मार्क्स को भी थोड़ा सा ऑब्जर्व करते चलेगा कि आउट ऑफ दीज 30 क्वेश्चंस आपने कितने सही बताए हैं. एंड प्लीज शेयर, जब क्लास हमारी ओवर हो जाएगी इन द एंड, प्लीज शेयर योर स्कोर्स. हाउ मच आउट ऑफ 30? In the adventure, the train stopped beyond the long tunnel. It was a small station called Sudesh, Sarhad, Ganga Ghat, or Calcutta. For question number 21, right answer here is Sarhad. That small station was Sarhad. Correct. Who talked of love and preached of love but did not act so lovingly? So, talked of love, preached love, but did not act so lovingly. Neighbors, family, adults, or children? Question from one of your poems. Neighbors, family, adults, or children? So they talked about love, but when it actually they faced the situation wherein it was important for them to show their love. No, sorry, they're not following their rules in that moment. Who talked of love and preached of love but did not act so lovingly? Neighbors, family, adults, or children? We all know the right answer here, adults. Whitman said, eternal I rise, impalpable out of the land and the bottomless sea. What do you understand by the term impalpable? It's there, given in your NCRT. अगर आपने अलग से नहीं भी पढ़ा होगा और एनसीईआरटी भी पढ़ा होगा तब भी आपको इसका मतलब पता होगा. It's there, given very clearly. So, what do you understand by the term impalpable? Something that cannot be seen, something that cannot be touched, something that is immortal, or something that is non-existent. नहीं है, immortal hai, cannot be touched, cannot be seen. What do you understand by the term impalpable? We are discussing question number 23 or 23. Hmm. Something that cannot be touched. Option number B. Something that cannot be touched. Next one. How many years later should laugh at the snapshot? 5 to 10 years later, 15 to 20 years later, 20 to 30 years later, or 2 to 3 years later. So, our poet is remembering her mother और उसी रेफरेंस में उन्होंने ये चीज मेंशन करा है कि हाँ भाई after how many years should laugh at the snapshot 5 to 10 years later 15 to 20 years later 20 to 30 years later or 2 to 3 years later A, B, C or D for question number 24. So some 20, 30 years later. Yes, correct. 20, 30 years later. 25. The voice of the rain poem ends with wrecked or unwrecked, daily with love returns. I give back life to my own origin. And who art thou? Said I to the soft falling shower. I am the poem of earth, said the voice of the rain. And what we have to do? This poem, The Voice of the Rain, ends with. So you have to mention the last line. Wrecked or unwrecked, daily with love returns. I give back life to my own origin. And who art thou? Said I to the soft falling shower. I am the poem of earth, said the voice of the rain. Question number 25. And right answer here is option number A. This is your last line. Discovering Truth, the saga continues, is written by Ted, Shirley, A.R. Williams, Alan East. Very simple, direct question. Who has written this chapter? Discovering Truth, the saga continues. Ted or Shirley or Williams or Alan? For question number 26. This is by A.R. Williams. Right answer, A.R. Williams. For question number 26. Next one. Complete the given sentence. We both must live on the same dash and the same dash. So same house and the same street, same globe and the same land, same village and the same farm, same city and the same flat. You have to complete the sentence. पूरा करना है आपको. क्या fill करोगे? Right option. We both must live on the same dash and the same dash. House, street, globe, land, village, farm, city, flat. Right answer for question number 27. The same globe and the same land. Option number B. Right answer is option number B. 28. What happened when the grandmother died? The flowers fell from her lifeless fingers. A stressed pallor spread on her face. Her lips stopped moving. Her eyes stared in the space. So some 3, 4 statements are there mentioned in the chapter when the grandmother died. You have to select the correct one. The flowers fell from her lifeless fingers. A stressed pallor spread on her face. Her lips stopped moving. Her eyes stared in the space. For question number 28. क्या लग रहा है क्या सही आंसर है सी करेक्ट है बाकी सारे सेंटेंस में देयर इज अ स्लाइट चेंज so this is your properly correct statement. Now this is wrong, not flowers, and this is wrong, not stressed, and this is altogether not there. So right answer is her lips stopped moving. C, correct. 29. Select the phrase not taken from the poem A Photograph. There is nothing to say at all. Was it the day I ceased to be 11? The sea holiday was her past. All three stood still to smile through their hair. So, chapter or poem A Photograph, and you have to select the line not taken from this poem. Not from this poem. There is nothing to say at all. Was it the day I ceased to be 11? The sea holiday was her past. All three stood still to smile through their hair. 29. Right answer is B. This is not part of this poem. This is very important line of another poem. Very important line of another poem. And last question, question number 30. Identify the figure of speech not used in with airy, delicate whistle, chirrup, whisperings. So identify figure of speech not used. Imagery, onomatopoeia, both of these, none of these. Imagery, onomatopoeia, both of these, none of these. Hmm. So last question, question number 30. So slightly tricky one. Identify the figure of speech with airy, delicate whistle, chirrup, whisperings. So imagery is there. These sounds, they are representing imagery. So imagery is there. And onomatopoeia is also there because of these natural sounds. So obviously A is there, B is there, and both of these are there. So C is also there. So we'll go with option number D. We'll go with option number D. So these were some of the questions from your class 11th NCERT Hornbill. We'll meet in our next session and we will cover multiple choice questions from class 11th supplementary reader. Okay? So take care everybody and please comment करके बताइएगा कि आपके क्या score है out of 30. What is your score? Take care. Bye bye.